Hi, I'm Sam Boesfield, CEO of Samson Sky, and I'm speaking to you today to brief you on the potential to improve regional travel in your jurisdiction. Specifically, I'm talking about true point-to-point transportation afforded by the Switchblade flying sports car. I don't know of anyone today who feels that regional travel shouldn't be improved. For those travelers facing the delays, cancellations, or poor connections and schedules for regional flights, it's a recurring drudgery of getting up the wee hours of the morning or traveling until nearly midnight or even early the next morning. And that is if there aren't any hiccups along the way that cause an extra day of travel. For those who choose to drive those regional trips of 200 to 500 miles, it is aware of a long drive and the potential for delays due to road construction and congested cities along the route. The Switchblade flying sports car solves those problems by providing a relatively low-cost form of door-to-door regional transportation. You keep the vehicle in your garage rather than pay $1,000 per month for a hangar. From there, you drive the vehicle to the closest airport, convert from ground vehicle to flight vehicle in 3 minutes at the push of a button, and fly to the airport closest to where you want to be. Then it is a simple 3-minute conversion back to ground mode for the final drive to your destination. No waiting for rental cars, no hassle from the TSA, no schedule that you have to meet. Total freedom of travel, significant savings of time, and with reasonable costs involved. I mentioned the cost of the hangar, but there is another factor here: availability. In many, if not most, airports around the U.S., hangars are becoming increasingly scarce. This limits the utilization of the 5,000 public use airports in the U.S. and stifles the potential to increase the public benefit of these valuable community assets. Flying cars, who are stored in people's garages, have the potential to increase the use of this typically underutilized public airport infrastructure to launch the U.S. into a new era of transportation, one that will see regional boundaries shrink and allow the expansion of well-run local businesses into many neighboring areas, or allow residents of your region to explore the world around them with greater ease and speed. The expansion of cities out into prime agricultural land is one example of how the Switchblade can help with urban planning. New neighborhoods can be built in perhaps not the most convenient area, but be based around a newly created airport in what otherwise might have been a location just a bit too far from the city for most people. With the Switchblade, that distance is reduced to minutes, allowing growth in areas not suitable for agriculture, but very suitable for residential or regional center activities. And that new residential area doesn't have to eat out into the surrounding agricultural land that is so crucial to retain for future generations. Many people ask, why not do this as a vertical takeoff and landing or VTOL vehicle? Isn't that the future? That is definitely a part of the future, but not for those who want to travel far and fast. If you want to go up to 500 miles at 160 miles per hour, then the Switchblade is the only vehicle that can do it. If you want to go from a downtown heliport to the airport, then the VTOL is the way to go. The VTOL vehicles can only operate out of airports or heliports. They can't get to your brother's house in the suburbs, or an office downtown, or a special restaurant or theater. We can. The VTOL can't do what we can do, and we can't do what the VTOL can. They are different vehicles for different purposes. Our purpose is to increase the freedom and speed for regional travel, and to put the fun back in travel, for business or pleasure. Artists dream the future, and the future they dream of has transportation in the skies. From the Jetsons to Star Wars to Fifth Element and Blade Runner, most visions of the future have flying cars or flying vehicles for traveling any distance. So how do you go from where we are now, with most transportation on the ground, to a future where most transportation is in the air? I looked at this and saw that for many decades to come, we would need something that did a little of both, driving and flying. It is perhaps a slow shift, but it is coming and it is certain. I ask that you embrace the future and make it work for you, your businesses, and your residents. We at Samson are willing to help in whatever way we can to make sure you are successful. Thank you.